And I will key you in, Laura.
Sounds good. Hello, hello, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters, the songwriters will sing for you and me. Welcome everyone to the latest Open Mic America live stream. After all, we live in a nation that's based on music. The songs and the stories are underneath it all, and each one of our singer-songwriters that will perform tonight are part of that beautiful tapestry that has been weaving us together for generations. We're so glad that we're going to be able to share that not only with each other, but with all of you watching as well tonight. Of course, in the before times, if you wanted to see a show like this one, you would have to hope that everyone was on the same schedule for the same local open mic, or you'd have to travel to all of the different shows around the country. And that, of course, is an adventure that many of us would still love to do today. But tonight, we're going to be using the wonders of technology to connect with all of these performers and enjoy their music right in our own living rooms. It's an opportunity to see the best of the best and all at the very same time. So for all of you out there in YouTube land, we want you to know that all of us here at Open Mic America enjoy spending time with each other. So in addition to the 1 to 2 songs that each performer has, we're going to spend time getting to know them as well. And we hope that you enjoy it as much as we do. The full lineup is of course on our website. It's also in the description of the YouTube live stream, and it is in Pete Summers' Magic Zoom Square. So if you want to know who's coming up, that's your place to look. We're gonna be here for a couple of hours, give or take, tonight. And to kick things off, we're first gonna introduce our team. My name is Laura Bordowitz. I'm gonna be the MC tonight. We have, of course, Pete Summer with the Magic Zoom Square. He's our interviewer, and then handling all of the sound and in charge of all things technical is TK Tran. And of course, our founder and one of the performers for tonight, we have Capo Dave Williams himself. We also have a bunch of other performers that are each going to wave to you from their squares as I introduce them. First up, we'll have Mokai, followed by Max Newton. We're welcoming Larry Bach, Capo Dave Williams, as I've said before, Alice Osborne. We'll have Larry Hicks, Wendell Wolff, Melody Sunshine, we'll have Jewel, and Jim Pritz. All right, so that's all our wonderful performers. Everyone get comfy, grab yourself a drink, and we're going to get the night started off with the one and only Mokai from San Francisco, California.
Hey. Here's a tune I wrote called Wildfire Burning, coming to you from California. There's a strange kind of haze over the sun. Somewhere something's burning, fire's got me on the run. Where there's things I should be doing, should have already done. Kinds of things that you shouldn't shun. Things I'll never do now, I've left them half begun. Oh, it's all gone up in smoke, hold that fire like someone. Wildfire burning, better run. Wildfire burning, turning the sky black. Wildfire burning, no turning it back. Wildfire burning, flames rolling high. Wildfire burning, don't ask why. Well, my life is raging out of control. One minute I'm living high, the next I'm living on the dole. I was blazing with passion to reach my goal. I was a white hot ember that coyote stole. Well, the firestorm's advancing, it's taking its toll. My heart just keeps smoldering like an angry coal. Wildfire burning in my soul. Wildfire burning, turning the sky black. Wildfire burning, no turning it back. Wildfire burning, flames rolling high. Wildfire burning, don't ask why. Lightning strike in the middle of a drought. Uncertainty flames into doubt like a careless match that you didn't crush out. Well, if you're taking things for granted, then you never did without. Or somewhere through the smoke I hear somebody shout. Won't somebody tell me what's this all about? Wildfire burning, look out. Wildfire burning, turning the sky black. Wildfire burning, no turning it back. Wildfire burning, the flames rolling high. Wildfire burning, don't ask why. Wildfire burning, wildfire burning. Wildfire burning,
Yeah. Wow.
All right. I really like that.
Hey, thanks a lot. Both these songs I'm going to play are from my latest release from 2019, album called The Jaybird Said. And this, living in California, that wildfire song. And then this is a song about just, all the working folks in this country trying to get by, and the mothers who are trying to raise their kids, a lot of them all by themselves. It's called Mama's Got the Blues. She's been a working girl since she was a teen. She's been a waitress and a sales girl and everything in between. A couple of decades, she's got a couple of kids. Well, that's a lot of life. Whether or not you're somebody's wife. Mama's got the blues. She's been working all week on her feet, wearing out her shoes. I said, oh, Mama's got the blues. She's got so much to juggle, it's a daily struggle. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Boy came home with his tooth knocked out from a schoolyard fight. Her teenage daughter came home way too late last night. Her boss is riding her, it won't get off of her case. these days she's gonna lose it and tell him right to his face. Oh, mama's got the blues. She's been working all week on her feet, wearing out her shoes. I said, oh, mama's got the blues. She's got so much to juggle, it's a daily struggle. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? When she was younger, didn't have a care, hanging with her friends, doing something new with her hair. It's been so long she can't recall the last time she had fun. So hard to relax when her working day is done. Oh, mama's got the blues. She's been working all week on her feet, wearing out her shoes. I said, oh, mama's got the blues. She's got so much to juggle, it's a daily struggle. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Wonder about a society that don't take care of its own. It's a hard enough job to raise a child all alone. It don't help when they make it so hard to get the basic things you need in such a wealthy country, blinded by greed. Mama's got the blues. She's been working all week on her feet, wearing out her shoes. I said, oh, mama's got the blues. She's got so much to juggle, it's a daily struggle. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth?
Great.
Those are some great songs.
Wow.
Oh, I love that they come from such a personal place. It's so wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mokai, welcome. Those were fabulous songs. How would you describe your style?
Well, I started off with traditional guitar from the pre-war blues and the folk revival of the 60s in Greenwich Village. So those guitar styles and fingerstyle techniques really is kind of the basis of what I do. And then the lyrics are just, from a place where I observe life from, I guess.
Yeah, nice. And Holy Guacamole was on 2 of your albums.
Yes.
It was on Jay Bird Said and Any Distraction Will Do, and they're quite different.
Yes.
I'm very curious as to what that evolution or what prompted you to make those changes.
Well, I wrote it as a solo guitar piece, so it's an instrumental solo guitar piece, and that's kind of like a showpiece for guitar, for guitar in my set. And then I got the opportunity to play with James Nash of the Waybacks and the bass player from the way back's Joe Kyle Jr. And we went into the studio, and we were doing Wildfire. So we recorded Wildfire, and that's why don't we just try Holy Guacamole, and those guys just improv'd it, and we did a few takes and took one of the takes, and James Nash is known for his guitar, but he's a fantastic mandolin player. So I just and then I want to do another version, which is going to be like a chamber what do you call it, quartet version.
String quartet,
cello, and that kind of thing.
I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be Holy Guacamole 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. So you have 3 albums out, 2 are on your website, and the third one is.
Well, they're all on Bandcamp, so it's
okay.
mokai.bandcamp.com, and that's the main place that I'm promoting now that CD Baby's gone.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for being here and starting us off tonight.
Thanks a lot so much for having me. Thanks a lot to the whole crew.
Yeah, let's give it up for Mokai. That was amazing. I feel so energized and ready to hear all of the performers we've got. And the next one up is Max Newton from Berkeley, California. Take it away.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that was great, Mokai. And the first song I'm going to do is from the point of view of a guy who hung out in one of the places where she worked in the restaurant and had a crush on her and didn't know how to approach her. It goes like this. When I see your face, I just have to smile. It kind of rearranges my heart for a while. But what I want to tell you, I can never say, 'cause there's someone already standing in the way. I don't understand why you're nice to me, and I want to make it seem like more than it could ever be. 'Cause sometimes when I look up, our eyes seem to touch, but you're there on your throne, and I'm here in my cups. Thing we call love, we can't be sure it's really real. But what a pretty light, what a lovely way to feel. So raise a cup to Valentine, saint of love and joy, and bless the lucky lovers and nature's other toys. That's number one.
Woo!
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
Nice
Love
guitar
those
licks.
and fretwood.
Thanks. It sounds like one of the strings is a little bit off, but we'll struggle through it. This next one, I had, you can't see it now on this, but I had my about a year and a half ago, I had my heart cut out and they put in a new part that needed to be replaced. But before that, I went in to get a thing where they stuck a couple of wires in my arm and into the heart to check and see, where they needed to do stuff. And I was awake for that. That was fun. Before I went into that first little one, I wrote this little thing. It's called If I Don't Wake Up. Don't wake up early in the morning, come and drag me out of my bed. If I don't wake up early in the morning, I might already be dead. Now, the password to my laptop is Michelangelo, and once the screen is open, pick the file named Jericho. Some walls don't come down easy. Some walls don't come down slow. Some walls are not even there, though you might stub your toe. That Jericho file's an email list, and I made a video. Whoa, 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 whoa. If I don't wake up early in the morning, there's folks who want to know. Don't leave home before the sun arises, chapel bells starting to chime. If I don't leave home before the sun arises, I won't get to the doctor on time. Now, the doc says this procedure is as simple as they go, but sometimes something happens and you never really know. So my will is in the strong box, attic in the back, covered by a blanket and a ragged old backpack. There's a couple $1,000 I've been saving every dime for a tropical vacation, but I may run out of time. Now it isn't in the future, and it is not in the past, and it may not have a reason, and it damn sure ain't gonna last. But if you wanna go there, then life can be a blast. But if I don't wake up from the anesthesia, the sun is still gonna shine. If I don't wake up from the anesthesia, I ain't gonna be crying. So don't waste time crying for me, 'cause you ain't that far behind. We've all been dead already, and we didn't seem to mind. That first half of forever seemed like eternity, and that second half is waiting there for folks like you and me. So raise a glass of something, tell a joke or three, then get on with your living and sometimes think of me. Yeah, if I don't wake up early in the morning, come and drag me out of my...
I love that.
I love it. I love the humor. I love it.
Wonderful. Words
Thank
were
you.
great.
Thank you, thank you.
The jauntiest song about such a heavy topic. I love it.
Yeah, well, we're all going there. Might as well go happy.
Yeah. Well, Max, as I recall, I remember that all of us that heard you do that song prior to your procedure and going in were probably had more anxiety than you did. I'll tell you, we were all sitting on the edge of our seats while you were going through that procedure, and thank God it's been years since then. So welcome back.
Yeah, I thank the surgeon. Surgeons, very good surgeons.
Yeah, that's good. So, what's your main inspiration to write?
I can't not write.
Okay, so
I just can't not write. I've been writing ever since I was a kid. The first time I picked up a guitar was when my sister got a guitar for her birthday and told me I could never touch the guitar. And so every time she left the house, I went there. And I never learned anybody else's stuff. I know maybe like 4 songs other than my own, and I have hundreds of songs of my own because I just can't stop writing. I'm writing one now about iodine, about how, when we were a kid and we had iodine put on, it hurt like hell. And recently I was doing some yard work and I got some splinters in there and I put some iodine on. And the sting was the same, but I was enjoying the nostalgia of remembering my childhood so much that it didn't bother me as much. So I'm writing a song about that now.
Oh, yeah. For me, it's Bakhtin. But But what about your guitar style? Now I know you said you didn't learn anybody else's songs, but your guitar style, where did you pick that up?
Well, what you've been hearing me play mostly now is in open D. And as I've gotten older, it used to be open E, but now my voice is a little lower, so now it's open D. And it happened because one time I was playing a friend's 12-string guitar, wanting to show off something that I hit a bar F chord with, and it went pop snap, and I immediately had carpal tunnel. I've had it now for the last 20 years. And so I can't play regular tuning anymore with, just my hand just won't be able to do it. I make a living doing massage, so I have to keep that hand working. So I play everything in an open tuning, and actually, the truth is, I just recently discovered that I can mess around on the keyboard, and the last 4 songs I've written have all been on a keyboard. I've got some stuff up on my YouTube channel. On that channel, there are like 500 different things up there. Most of them are from when I ran open mics in Berkeley, but I have a bunch of my own stuff up there too, with videos. And the one that I just put up recently is called Dance, and it sounds like something from disco from the 1990s. It's fun to play with a lot of different things.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Max, and look forward to hearing your next songs.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
All right, YouTube land. Let's give it up for Max Newton.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. And we're just going to keep on going with another amazing performer. This time, it's Larry Bach from Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
All right. I just decided to call an audible on myself when Max said iodine. I have a song with iodine in it, and I thought I'll play that instead of the one I was going to play, or one of the ones I was going to play. This is called Hank Williams' Casket. Well, I just broke into Hank Williams' casket. John Prine said when he wrote Far From Me, he meant it's hard to write songs about heartache, songs that you hear and they help you to see. Well, this is the one I've been meaning to sing since the day that you told me goodbye. I strum my guitar and I survey the bar. We drank the bourbon, we drank the scotch, let's drink the rye. Forgiveness is giving up hope that the past can be changed by the sheer force of will. Oh, if I could, well, I would, please believe me. I wish it were simple, wish there were a pill. Gonna live with the weight of these memories. Regrets, I got an endless supply. I strum my guitar and I survey the bar. We drank the bourbon, we drank the scotch, let's drink the rye. Smooth and sweet, smoke and heat, hurting, healing, iodine, spice on our lips, tears in our eyes. Well, I fashioned this song like a casket. It's gonna hold every tear that I've cried. Strum my guitar and I survey the bar. We drank the bourbon, we drank the scotch, let's drink the rye. Survey the bar, we've made it this far. We drank the bourbon, we drank the scotch, let's drink the rye.
Beautiful.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I was going to play two really lighthearted songs, and then I wound up playing that song because of Iodine. So of the two lighthearted songs that I had planned, I'm going to do the funnier of the two. If you don't know who Cat Lawyer is, you'll want to go find hashtag Cat Lawyer later, and then this song will make more sense to you. This is one of my COVID compositions, and I was just absolutely floored by that whole little thing as it went around. Early February, I guess it was, and I thought, he's a song. Well, I'm not a cat, said the cat with people eyes. I'm certain I'm a person who's somehow been disguised as a precious little kitty, learned it in the law. The bailiff swore him in as he raised his front right paw. Your Honor, I am live, you may proceed with holding court, while my assistant provides me tech support. Let's get down to business, Judge, for I assure you that I'm a lawyer with a license, and I am not a cat. Well, the judge said, Whiskers, I remind you, you have been sworn in, and it's perjury to be a cat and say that you're a man. Proof of your humanity is entirely hearsay, and I am not a cat's exactly what a cat would say. Well, he wished the other lawyers on the call to back him up. They just looked on silently as if to say good luck. For the first time, Whiskers wondered if it really could be true, and who's this kitten he'd become? Where's the lawyer he once knew? He said, I am not a cat with less conviction than before, and an unfamiliar urge to go scratch at the back door. Something funny happened while the lawyer sat and zoomed. He'd become a kitty cat, all fluffy and well-groomed. Now he goes by Whiskers from the morning till the night, and he's often high on catnip, chasing down a laser light. Naps beneath the midday sun, perched atop the couch. Sometimes he's affectionate and sometimes he's a grouch. And when he has to go to work, he turns the filter on, so he looks just like a lawyer, all serious and drawn. Technology's uncanny, you'd never even guess it's a kitty cat named Whiskers who just approached the bench. So when things open up again and we can see each other's faces, have compassion for those humans who are glued to their briefcases. Assume that every visage is a filter that belies a kitty cat named Whiskers living in those eyes.
Wow, that was great.
Thanks.
Oh man, that
Great
meme
song.
is not dead. That meme is not dead. I'm glad it's back.
Nice, Larry. Very, very nice. So, do you lean towards more lighthearted writing, or all across the board?
All across, yeah. I think by throwing in the Hank Williams Casket, I think that is a broader representation of the kind of stuff I write. Although lately it's been lighthearted, I guess. The last few songs I've written have
been a little bit of satire or a little bit of humor.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
good. You do it well. Excellent. So with that being said, what's the best advice you've ever been given?
About songwriting or about anything?
You tell me. This is free form. You can associate it to songwriting. You can associate it to what shoes to wear. It doesn't matter.
The best boy. You said you weren't going to ask trick questions.
Well, this isn't trick.
Boy, the best advice I've ever been given, man. Just
we're not going to rate it, so don't worry about it.
Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself, I guess, is whether it's Shakespeare giving us that advice or Dylan giving us that advice or whoever. I think in whatever version it's given, the idea of just finding your own voice and speaking with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to accept that? X gets a square. Do we, okay, let's everybody, we show up. Is that a 10? Is that a 5? Or do we accept? We accept that, Larry. I'm sorry.
Thank you. It was a good question.
I watching these interviewers and whenever they ask a question, the person that's being interviewed says, "That's a good question." We're going, really? You're evaluating my question now. What is happening to the news anchors? I don't understand it. Anyway, Larry, those were great songs. I'm looking forward to hearing more from you. I really am. So thank you so much for joining in.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Looking forward to the rest. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Larry. That was awesome. Oh, boy. And now we've got our next performer, the one, the only, Capo Dave Williams.
Thank you, Laura. Take my headphones off. My song is the story of events that took place in my hometown, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, back around 2006, that became a national scandal. It was known as the Kids for Cash scandal, where these judges in juvenile court were sentencing kids unnecessarily to time in facilities in order to get the attendance of the facilities up, the facilities owned by folks that were in league with the judges and were paying them. Well, and this is the story of Kids for Cash at the Luzerne County Courthouse. The Luzerne County Courthouse is something you should see. They built it on the river in 1903. There's marble stairs and columns and guards at all the doors with rats down in the basement and on the upper floors. And what went on you would not believe in your wildest dreams. They sent kids to jail for nothing in a crooked kickback scheme. With prisons bursting at the seams, big money got its way. They'd run the pens for profit. Who says crime doesn't pay? Well, boys, this is a good one, and it beats them all. We can turn a tidy profit, putting bums behind a wall. And back in Luzerne County, 2 judges ran the game. It was Conahan and Civarella. Conahan and Civarella. We won't forget their names. Susquehanna River keeps rolling along. much to see with the Indians all gone. Flooded bad in 72, not one damn thing that we could do. And I hope someday it'll rise again and take that courthouse down. Take that courthouse down. The judges, sorry. 2 juvenile prisons were built in nearby towns by local operators. They put the money down. These clever men had a simple plan to make their business pay. They gave those judges millions for putting kids away. They sent them up for petty crimes. Any charge would do. And rarely lawyers present. Lots of people knew. The judges with their cronies and others on the take had yachts stashed down in Boca and mansions on a lake. Poor children paid, and some with their lives, before the scheme went down. The biggest rats went off to jail. The rest still walk the town. Money doesn't talk, it swears. Zimmy told it true. And prisons are just for poor folks, right? Not for me and you. Susquehanna River keeps rolling along. Ain't much to see with the Indians all gone. We watched it rise in 72. The dikes gave way and the flood came through. And I hope someday it'll rise again and take that courthouse down. Take that courthouse down.
That was beautiful, Dave. Such a great reason open mics are just so wonderful is the range of emotions and topics that you get. Thank you.
Nice, Dave. Curious, what was the local reaction to that song?
Well, disappointment, I guess. On a personal note, one of the judges was a guy that I went to high school with. He was a couple years behind me, and he was kind of a shifty little kid and always in trouble. Became a lawyer, then a judge, and now he's in prison. So hats off to Mark Civarella.
All right. Okay. Well, was it in part due to you popular, doing the song and getting the word out, or did that impact that at all?
Impact what?
Impact the the discoveries and
No,
such,
no,
you know?
no, 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 no. The discovery was long before I wrote the song, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, good. Um, on a little lighter note, you are the founder of this wonderful Open Mic America, and I want to thank you for inviting me to participate in it. So what just share a little bit of your vision as to how this is going to evolve and go on.
Well, my hope for this is that it would become something that's weekly, and the whole idea behind it is to promote open mic. When I came to California, I came out here in a motor coach, 5 years in a motor coach up and down the coast, and I had not played music in front of anybody. And I went to open mics, and the people said welcome, and if I had problems with my music, people would help, and it just seemed amazing to be able to be a stranger and to walk into a room and to experience that. And I just became convinced that open mic is a great thing for the country. And when the COVID came along, and people started to do the Zoom open mics, it occurred to me, I remembered the story about how the Grand Ole Opry started with an insurance company that listened to one of their executives who told them that the local radio station now had 50,000 watts and they might be able to put these hillbillies on a show and people might listen. And it was because technology moved that became possible. And with the COVID and the people using Zooms, the technology moved, and we discovered that this is a whole new thing, and people enjoy it, and it's going to go on after the COVID is gone. And so we're hoping that we can expand the show and make it a weekly thing. We're waiting till the dust settles a little bit. And the idea of the show is to support the local open mics, and we have links to the local open mics on our website, including links to the performers' home web pages. So that's the way it works. I apologize for the flubs in my song. It doesn't matter how many times I play something. I have ADD, and I mean the mistakes are come free. You know, that's a given. So
That's just improvisation, Dave.
Well, I would like to think of it that way, but you know,
Well,
sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But
Paul Simon says it's improvisation, so I'm going to agree with him. Who am I to question Paul Simon? But you know, one of the things that impresses me about this whole endeavor is that doing music and producing it and being part of open mics for years and years and years, there are so many diamonds in the rough in the regional, the local, neighborhood open mics, and this. The goal that I see you have with this is national, could be international. It cuts down the barriers of just going to your local place, and you can hear those diamonds in the rough. And this is a platform for them. Not only do they have a voice or a stage to be on, but they have an audience that can see them, and so some diamond in the rough in California can be heard in Boston or in North Carolina or wherever. So that is what I'm very impressed and excited about with your movement. Right.
Sure. The next Woody Guthrie, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen might be out there in Kansas someplace, unknown, unseen. And if this thing can really get going, those people can all of a sudden have a platform where the system could never find them.
Right.
And that's kind of the idea. The other underlying thing that I kind of got a perspective on, I think Bob Dylan said one time that when he started to play music, folk music and stuff, he got this feeling that he was part of an invisible nation that exists. And as I traveled across the country, I found that the songs and the stories are all over this country. And I'm hoping that Open Mic America is something that'll bring the country together in this notion. And so hope it moves forward. And I thank you all for participating. Thank you.
And I thank you, Dave, for creating this. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Dave. A wonderful song and a wonderful group that's starting up, bringing us amazing performers like the next person who's going to sing for us. It's Alice Osborne from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey everybody, it's great to be here. I'm working on my next album, and it is about the ill-fated Donner Party of 1846 and 47. Two figures emerge: William Eddy, who was a chief rescuer and ended up rescuing the three little daughters of Mrs. Tamsen Donner, who was the matriarch of the Donner Party. William Eddy and Mrs. Tamsen Donner, they serve as my points and counterpoint of the of my future novel, and also of the 12-song album. 11 songs are voiced by women, but I have one song that's voiced by William Eddy, and it is called "When It Rains in the Valley, the Mountains Fill with Snow." And folks who live in San Francisco, you know that's true because of the Sierras. I was fascinated by that geographical fact about the Sierras, and when it rains, there's snow. And I was thinking about how this would affect the terrible, the truth that if it's raining, it's snowing where their loved ones are. And this song is about William Eddy, who has just made it over from the west to the east, and he is in desperate need of care, but he's determined to go back and save his loved ones. 2 months later, he does save the Donner daughters, but he loses his wife and kids, and Mrs. Donner loses her husband and her own life, but her daughters are saved. So you see the two of them are crossing paths, and this is the song. Don't cry, child, please let me in. I'm not a fiend or a ghost, but I need bread and a bit for a while. Please don't stare, I'm not who I used to be. What I've seen I don't know, and I pray the darkness won't cover me. We lost 8 brave souls over the inches, yards, and miles, and more will die if you don't ride tonight. There's no time to waste. Maybe I'm too late. When it rains in the valley, the mountains fill with snow. 33 days ago, we carried an axe, gun, and 1 blanket each. I may be a father without a family. I hear the birds, forget the pain for a while. Though I wanted to give up, but I thought if I don't make it, no one will. We lost 8 brave souls over the inches, yards, and miles. More will die if you don't ride tonight. There's no time to waste. Maybe I'm too late. When it rains in the valley, the mountains fill with snow. Our only chance at rescue meant leaving you behind. I'm so sorry for what my dreams put you through. As soon as I can stand, I'm coming back to you, 'cause I know when it rains in the valley, oh, the mountains fill with snow. We lost 8 brave souls over the inches, yards, and miles. More will die if you don't ride tonight. There's no time to waste. Maybe I'm too late. It rains in the valley, the mountains fill with snow. You must go.
Woohoo!
Suddenly I'm hungry.
The next song is called Skirts in the Snow. William Eddy and 3 others rescue the 3 Donner girls along with the boy, the Simon Murphy boy. And they see 3 bundles which were left behind because Mrs. Donner paid $1,500 for her girls to be rescued. But the folks who were supposed to rescue the girls abandoned the girls and the sacks. In the sacks are vital possessions. One of them is a spoon that moves throughout the story. And the story is that once the men, the rescuers, saw the sacks, they ripped them open, preserved the keepsakes for the girls, and sewed new garments for the girls and burned their old clothes. That's one of my favorite stories. And that's one part of the story. This is also a story of a little girl who never sees her mother again. And she is trying to figure this out. She's 16 years old at the time, and William Eddy is on his deathbed. It's 13 years after the rescue. And by the way, I'm going to make a Broadway musical out of this. Mother once fed me soup with a spoon. It's the only thing of hers I know. But you say that's not true. When she left us that March day, I never stopped seeing her in every stranger's face. And the wildflowers growing in the full moon, you told me to speak my mother's name or she'll die all over again. And why didn't you change her mind and stop her from running through the pines and stop her from saying goodbye? Oh, you promised to save us or die on the trail. She had to hurry back to father and couldn't fail. Mother once stitched our dresses with perfect seams. She combed our hair while sharing her dreams. But she didn't turn around once, growing smaller and smaller out of sight. We find our 3 sacks, treasures in the snow, left behind too heavy, protecting my spoon. And you sew those silk skirts into our new clothes. Why didn't you change her mind and stop her from running through the pines? Oh, and stop her from saying goodbye. Oh, you promised to save us or die on the trail. She had to hurry back to father and couldn't fail. spoon. It's the only thing I have to remember you. But you say that's not true. Speak up when you see it wrong. Be kind when you'd rather be cross. Give a stranger a need and feed an orphan child, and say our names often so we won't die all over again. William Eddy, Tamsin Donner.
Wow, great, great,
Yeah.
great songs.
Brings that whole tragedy back to life. Oh, I can't wait to see it on Broadway someday.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, Alice, yeah, very, very moving. What? So you are in the process of writing the novel, or are you finished with that?
I'm in the process. So it will start when William Eddy, he doesn't know he has just 4 months to live, but it's a novel of him and Georgia Donner, who's the little girl that he rescued personally on his back, Eliza's sister. And she's having some major difficulties dealing with the trauma because her sister Eliza doesn't want to talk about it. And that's just one part of the puzzle. And then it becomes this whole thing where William Eddy gets drawn into illegal slavery in San Jose, and he's suddenly swept up in the abolitionist movement and through a friend of John Brown. So this is on the eve of the John Brown raid too. So he's all swept up in that, and his little girl has been kidnapped too. So there's a lot going on.
Okay, and you're doing kind of a screenplay or a play for the Broadway show.
Right.
Also,
So the novel. So the first part would be the story that everybody knows, to introduce the characters and the two people. And William Eddy and Tamsin Donner, this is my view, they have a love story. It's a thwarted love story because she dies and they have to go back to their respective spouses. But then the second part is the romance between Georgia and William Eddy. And that's the second part. So the mother-daughter, it's going to get real messy and inappropriate.
In tandem with that, you're doing this soundtrack.
Right. Well, that's going to happen first, fortunately.
Yeah. Oh, good.
That just finished, and I'm going to the studio right now. So.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations, and thank you for sharing that. And I, for one, and I'm sure everyone else, is looking forward to seeing that. That when it's all finished and available to watch and see and participate in.
And I want
Thank
to
you so
say
much.
that thanks to my local open mic, the North Carolina Songwriters Co-op, I was able to finish the song. So Larry Hicks and Larry Bach, they're on the team, and they helped me. That whole push of open mics is wonderful for getting songs out and to push folks to get things done. So it wouldn't have happened had it not been for the Songwriters Co-op. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here and sharing.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Alice. All right, how's everyone feeling? We've gotten through half of our performers tonight, and we're still going strong. Everybody ready for the next half? Because we're starting off strong with Larry Hicks from Pittsboro, North Carolina.
So I hope this can be heard, because it can be heard, right? Because just as we were going online, I had a little power blip in my interface, just went offline, and I was frantically trying to get it reset and back up. So good. Alice was talking about the North Carolina Songwriters Collaborative, and we do kind of help each other back and forth. And one of Alice's songs has the line in it, "When the birds stop singing." So we started talking about what about that line as a prompt for a song, and then come back and write. And so several of us actually wrote a song, and this is the one that I did. Was unaware when the birds stopped singing. Never thought to wonder why. unaware that my heart stopped beating the day we said goodbye. Seems like years ago when you walked right out my door, and I don't hear the birds anymore. Was unaware that our love was ending, never thought to wonder why. Unaware that the time we're spending will quickly pass us by. We just grew apart, I guess it broke our hearts, and I don't feel my heart anymore. I guess I took our love for granted, then I let it slip away. You asked me if our love was certain, thought it was that day. Seems like years ago you were the one that made me smile. I haven't been that happy for a while. Turning the day we said goodbye, but I'm aware that my heart's still yearning, and how it makes me cry. Seems like years ago we were in love and love no more. I guess I don't know love anymore. Seems like years ago we were in love and love no more. I will miss your love forevermore.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
The next one up is actually the last song that I've written, and I had this tune inside my head, and I couldn't figure out what to write about until a friend of mine on a Zoom open mic like this said, "Where's that song I'm looking for?" And I'm going like, okay, I'm going to write a song about trying to write a song. So this song is called "This Tune Inside My Head." Well, I wonder if this tune inside my head will ever make it to the page, right buried there instead. It's a hard one with so many things to say, so many feelings that get lost along the way. And I wonder, tune inside my head, will it ever come of age, or just fade away instead? If I sing it, if my tune is ever played, will it be a simple ballad, a whispered serenade? In my mind I hear the melody, my heartbeat taps out the time. It's you that brings out the harmony. You are my words, you are my rhyme. melody. My heartbeat taps out the time. It's you that brings out the best in me. You are my world, you are my life. I wonder if this song inside my soul will ever make it to the stage. Will I ever let it go? It's a soft one, a flower kissed with gold, written for the one I love, written specially for you.
Larry.
Great, Larry.
Thanks.
That was wonderful. I'm so glad that song ended up making it out of your head.
Yeah, there's another one in there though.
Yeah.
One popping. So.
Always one right behind it, right, Larry?
Exactly.
Yeah. So did they pick up that song for whoever you were playing it for or writing it for? Did they?
Oh no, I just write these for myself, and this was just a song that was looking for a lyric to go with it.
Oh, okay. So. Got it. So how do you think this technology and internet has affected music delivery, music collaboration, and such?
Well, I think on the collaboration part, it actually helps out. When we started doing North Carolina Songwriters, thanks to Alice and Company, we started getting people that couldn't drive in for the actual live circle, and in those circles, we'd literally sit in a circle and everybody would introduce a song and we'd talk about it a little bit, and so that's been pretty good. And when open mics were shutting down during the pandemic, there was a group of us that meet on Wednesdays. We decided to do it online, and we were doing that. The only downside is the ability to get together and do harmonies and play together. You know, you're just sharing one song at a time. But from a songwriter's perspective, it's nice, you know, being able to do a couple songs and talking back and forth about it.
Right. So have you recorded your songs, and are they available on albums or anything, or just for yourself?
No, this is just a hobby. This is just something I do.
Well, good.
So,
well, very.
I taped down, you know, I recorded some music. I have a friend of mine who plays great bass. He's a hell of a musician, a fellow by the name of Joel Keel. And he plays about everything. And then when we go to open mics, or if I play on live, get together with him and maybe a couple other people, but mainly just kind of doing it for my own enjoyment.
Yeah, well, that's good. You ready to go out and do a little live thing?
I'm almost there. Almost there.
Yeah, we're starting to open up here a little bit, doing some small little open mic circles, but anyway, we're ready. Well, thank you so much, Larry, for sharing, and wonderful songs. Thank you so much.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Larry. Oh, wonderful. All right, and we've got another performer coming up. That's right, it's Wendell Wolff coming from Berkeley, California.
Good evening, or yes, good afternoon or good evening for our East Coast fans and friends who are part of this. I've got two songs tonight, and they both have come out of the COVID era. It's been an interesting time, and I've found myself kind of turning inward and writing songs that are more topical, addressing a certain issue or a certain period of time. And I almost kind of hope that these songs start to sound obsolete. That will be a great thing, because that means the world has built back better, and we're enjoying a new open world that is hopefully not far off, but we're not quite there yet. The first song is titled by something my daughter said when she was 3 years old. I was working in the kitchen trying to get dinner together, and she walked up, and I could just tell that she wanted a hug. And so, busy guy that I was at the time, I reached down with one hand and I rubbed her back, and I tussled her hair. She looked up at me and she said, "No, 2 arms tight." Well, I made time for that hug. And time has gone by. Almost 3 decades have passed since then. And it's been over a year since I've been able to give or receive a hug from her. And that's been hard for me. And I'm really looking forward to the next time that she can visit. This is 2 Arms Tight. I would tackle a tempest, hold back a high tide, fight fire just outside my door, drink water so murky, breathe air dark and dirty, but this I can't take anymore, 'cause we were not wired for all that's transpired. Without human touch we grow cold. Now we're standing apart, talk across the yard. All of this has grown so old. I hear your voice, but I'm far from satisfied. 2 arms tight, I want to hug you again. I see your eyes, but I'm missing your smile. Oh, when will this season of exile end? I can't ignore it, avoid or implore it. I'll just pray for sunrise out east. My hopes growing dim, and I hate to begin a new day beyond this breach. I hear your voice, but I'm far from satisfied. 2 arms tight, I want to hug you again. I can see your eyes, but I'm missing your smile. Oh, when will this season of exile end? Oh, forget all these rules. I want to do what I choose, but the risk is too great for the ask. Can you tell me you understand, and we'll get this thing in hand, and I will hold you when all this is past. Then we'll laugh and cry as the new day's dawning. 2 arms tight, I will hold you at last. Hand in hand, again we'll go walking. When this season of exile has passed, 2 arms tight, when all this has passed.
Got us teary.
Well, the other COVID song that I'm going to share with you is one that just speaks to how much I have missed and long for chances to get together, chances to meet up with friends, to share meals together, to play music together, to hear music from my friends and for me to share some with them. And this is called A Handshake and a Hug. When the times times like this with so many sick, I've been staying at home trying to shelter in, not seeing my friends for all too many weeks. Yeah, we got Skype and we all got Zoom, but it's not the same being in separate rooms. I fear I'm about to lose my sanity. Oh, what I'd give to feel a pat on the back, a high five, howdy, or a forearm bash, 'cause away from 6 feet off is just not enough. I wanna feel my beard bottle tap on yours, and a live band rattle in a barroom floor, and I'm craving a handshake and a hug. Well, nobody's sounding the all clear yet. I'm sick of the TV and the internet, and I'm waiting for the start of something new. Yeah, my lungs are clear, but here's a fact. I need a little more of that human contact. Whenever we meet up, it won't be too soon. Oh, what I'd give to feel a pat on the back, a high five, howdy, or a forearm bash, 'cause away from 6 feet off is just not enough. I wanna feel my beard bottle tap on yours, and a live band rattle in a barroom floor, and I'm craving a handshake and a hug. There's a tiny baby I've only seen in pictures, looking at a tablet screen. I wanna hold her in my arms and watch her smile back at me. And I know old folks who stay indoors. I wish I could visit, but I know the score. I smile through their windows, leaving groceries on their porch. But oh, what I'd give to feel a pat on the back, a high five, howdy, or a forearm bash, 'cause away from 6 feet off is just not enough. I wanna feel my beer bottle tap on yours, and a live band rattle in a barroom floor, and I'm craving a handshake and a hug. Yes, I'm craving a handshake and a hug. Thank you very much.
Oh man, you've got the cultural zeitgeist in those songs.
Thank you.
Oh, Wendell, those were great. And I think they will transcend COVID. They have long lasting appeal, at least from my perspective. The message is quite clear. Did you find yourself writing more during the isolated times of this past 14 months, or I have some friends that some songwriter friends that just absolutely could not write. How did you do it? Well, you wrote those.
I had a period of block, what I'd call writer's block, where I couldn't start anything and I couldn't finish anything. There were things in the middle that I would pick up and try to work on, but there was a while there where I just it's just uncharted territory, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I have to have I think my best songs come out of life experience. And so I can't force it. I could say to myself, well, look, I've got some extra time. And so I think I can write more. But actually that didn't work out so well. I've started some songs later on, and it's just kind of, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish these. They're not going to be up to snuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
it takes a life event, something sad, something happy, everything in between.
Yeah, a reference point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you describe the music that you typically have created in the before times?
Well, I have, I guess, a lot of life experience. I was raised, anytime my father was home, we'd be hearing Buck Owens or Johnny Cash. The rebel kids and teenagers that we were, after going through the Beatles and all that stuff, really hooked into a lot of the folky, rocky stuff. You notice the double drop D guitar, a lot of Neil Young kind of influences. But so it's everything from pop and country and folk. There's a lot of influences in there, and luckily I haven't been so successful that I've been pigeonholed into, oh, we want to hear more just like that. So I get to I still get to do the wide variety of things that I feel drawn to do.
Yeah, well, it's wonderful. I enjoy your stuff. I really do.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for sharing it with us here tonight. And we look forward to hearing more from you.
Fabulous. I'm looking forward to West Coast Songwriters coming back in person.
Yeah.
Boy, I can't wait. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wendell. Oh, that was great. And did you think we were done? We're far from done. In fact, we've got Melody Sunshine from Portland, Oregon coming up next.
Hello, unmute myself. Hi. Thanks for having me here. This first song is called Shine. It was written in 2018 after a year after my late husband was diagnosed with a terminal disease with no protocol or no cure. But the one thing I love about music is I think that this song can speak to anybody that is going through anything that's hard. So this is called Shine. Sitting in the silence, a year gone by, how it always seems to slip away. Like trees in the concrete, flowers through the snow, always racing toward another day. When tears turn to laughter in the same exhale, filling up the space between the void. Like a spark starts a fire, a whisper that's a shout. This current is running through my veins. Stars in the sky, the twinkle in your eye, the secret you'd love to give away. Holding on so tight to the darkness of the night, the sun will shine another day. Seeing is believing, I don't want to know. I'm reaching for what's hidden in the fog. Holding on so tight, knuckles turning white. Gotta find the strength to let go. Stars in the sky, the twinkle in your eye, the secret you'd love to give away. Holding on so tight to the darkness of the night, the sun will shine another day. Oh, walking through windows disguised as doors, hiding in pictures, 1,000 words or more, reading the writing
Wow.
Woo.
The second song is called Sweet Song, and it was written in 2020 after my husband had passed. It was written in an afternoon. It was fine-tuned, after that, but it was written in an afternoon in the summer last year in my backyard, and I felt him with me, and so it just poured out. It goes like this. Oh, hang on, that sounds bad. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Sweet song playing on the radio, feeling like I've got some place to go, dancing, watch my groovy moves, 'cause the one I want is none other than you. Hair done, put some color on my eyes, new clothes, gonna try 'em on for size, necklace and earrings times 2, 'cause what I want is none other than you. There's no more wasting time, let's drink the fancy wine. I'm just gonna sit here with you. Changing, that's all we ever do. Hoping for a memory or two. Smiling as I spin across the floor. Who else is it that I'm dancing for? Listen to the sexy groove, laughing as I dance for you, wishing we had so much more. Who else is it that I'm dancing for? There's no more wasting time, let's drink the fancy wine. I'm just gonna sit here with you. Stay with me tonight, it will be okay. We'll dance till the light of another day. There's no more wasting time, let's drink the fancy wine. I'm just gonna sit here with you. There's no more wasting time, pass the fancy wine. I'm just gonna sit here with you, with you.
Woo!
Wow. Terrific stuff. Wow.
Oh man, you got me dancing at the end. I wanted it to go for another 5 minutes. I was ready.
Get Melody. What an excellent tribute to your cherished memories. I just very, very moving, very moving. So what is your creative process like?
Well, music has been a part of my life, my whole life. My mom's a performer,
Mhm.
and so I grew up with that in the house. And actually, my whole family now plays music together. Since my husband passed, my parents moved upstairs because I have a flat upstairs. And my brother, who travels around, he comes and he stays every summer. And so we all play music together all the time. And because of COVID, I started a jam every Wednesday on my front porch where it was outside, and I bought a heater, and this wonderful morph happened, and now we're like a porch band. And And so, as far as like me writing, that we do a lot of covers and stuff because then we can all play together. As far as me writing, I use music a lot as therapy, and I find I write a lot more when I'm actually going through hard times. I've also been in bands, original bands, and I write all the lyrics for that too. And I just kind of find a lick first, and then I ask myself what I feel with that lick, and that kind of sets the tone for what I write to it.
Oh, excellent. So what's the instrumentation of the band?
So the original band I'm in, there's a guitar player, a bass player. I play keyboards, but I wouldn't call myself a keyboard player. I splash some color in there. But I sing, and then so bass, guitar, and drums, of course. So there's 4 of us. And
that's your family band, or is that your other band?
No. That's my original band, who we haven't played together in a year because of COVID.
What about your family band?
So my family band. Okay, so I play guitar. My brother plays ukulele. My mom plays guitar and accordion, and then my dad plays. I wish I knew what this drum was called. It's square. It's you can sit on it if you want, and he plays it, but he plays it with like mallets or like he's percussion. What do you call those? A lot of jazz players play them because it makes it's really soft. He'll play that on it, and then we all sing and harmonize, and then there's 3 other ukulele girls that come and play regularly, and we came up with the name out of a conversation. We're called Hot Sauna.
There you go. That's wonderful. What a great thing. What a great thing to do. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and look forward to hearing more from you.
Yeah, awesome. I have more.
Okay, take care.
Yes, thank you, Melody. Let's give it up one more time. That was wonderful. And we're moving from one great performer right on to the next. We're bringing Jewel up to the stage with Portland, Oregon.
Hello. Thanks for having me. It's all there. It's really amazing to be here. Thank you so much to everyone who's played. I played a couple open mics right before the pandemic, and so it's really fun to be back at it and hopefully try out some songs. And I'm blanking as to which one to do, but we'll start one. Everyone has great stories too, and I'm like, crap, I don't have any stories. But I'm just gonna say, I can make up one real quick while I figure out the chords. Everyone's got stuff going on, and I apologize for that. Brain fart. And so next time you're wondering, like, hey, should I, smile at this person I don't know, or give someone the benefit of the doubt? My answer would be, yeah. Gigi doesn't have a 5-year plan. Went from walking to not to walker to cane to walking again. She doesn't want to move, but she can't stay alone. She still prays the breeze whether heaven is due. Oh, the state she's in, the state she is in. She can't see the sun, even when it happens to be pouring through. Billy checks the locks 47 times and sets his clocks ahead. They say we're gonna die before our time, and he hasn't left the house for weeks on end. He still counts the talks before the alarm is due. Oh, the state he's in, the state he's in. He can't see the sun, even if it happens to be pouring through. Mama still naps at night to talk radio. My brother, he talks all day to 23 voices, and they say nothing good's gonna come. Yet a war is a brewing, and I still bleed my sheets when the moon comes due. Oh, the state I'm in, the state I'm in. I can't see the sun, even if it happens to be pouring through. Empty plates, empty slates, we ain't got what it takes to hold on to a pocket of joy, a locket of boy, a tiny moment of silence. Oh, the state I'm in, the state we're in. We can't see the sun, even if it happens to be pouring through. Even if it happens to be pouring through. Ooh, thank you.
Wow. Great, great.
How y'all play with
Wonderful.
here and showing up and making music. I think I'll do this next one. I actually started writing in Denmark. I went to visit a friend of mine, and she humored me and helped a bit. She helped a lot. Let's see if I can still play it. What if I were blind? Would I still know you? I think I might. I'd run my finger down your spine to the small of your back, above your, and trace the scar between ribs 8 and 9. This is how I know you're mine. You're mine. Body
Wonderful, wonderful.
Songs were beautiful, almost haunting. It felt like it was so personal to you, but also so wide-reaching. Beautiful.
Yeah, Jules, your voice just intertwined so well with your guitar playing. It was very enjoyable to listen to. You spoke of a collaboration on the second song. Do you prefer to collaborate or just write solo?
Well, I'm really new to all of this. I just started shortly before the pandemic, and in some ways, I've always written my whole life. In some ways, but I just started to try to put it to music. I think I'm really excited. I know I'm excited for post-pandemic and being able to meet up with people, because I've never been in a band. I've never, gotten a chance to create with others, and I think it would be a lot of fun. But I have been working. It's been a really good time in one way to work on an album. I've been really lucky to be able to get into a studio and work on stuff, and it's slow going, but it's exciting because it's gotten me to, like, I took guitar classes and I picked up a bass and I started playing the clarinet and I dusted off my old flute. Like, it's given me an excuse to just play with instruments again.
Well, you sound wonderful. You sound great. So with that being said, who would you just really like to collaborate with? Who would be your dream collaborator?
That is such a great question, and I feel I love, like, the strangers you meet in parks. That might be a cop-out, but I really love the person that's in the moment. There's always this synchronicity. I feel like if I picked out a collaborator, I would just choke. I'd get all nervous, like I am now. But when you're on your element and you meet someone else in their element, it can be really magical. I feel like I've had some of my most favorite playtimes have been with strangers or friends. I love making my friends play at parties or old times.
Okay. Well, I look forward to listening to your evolution. And please don't tell me that you just started playing guitar a year ago.
No, I started, deciding, like, I would want to learn more than some open chords. I've been playing in some form since high school, so.
Oh, okay.
And I'm older than I look.
I was going to say high school. That would be about a year ago, right? Is that? No,
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
Years, yeah. All good. Thank you so much, though. Everyone's wonderful. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, and look forward to hearing you again.
Thank you. You too.
Yes, thank you, Jules. Oh, wonderful. All right, and it's finally time. We've arrived at our last performer for tonight. Let's hear it for Jim Pritz from Fairview, Oregon.
Hello, Fairview, Oregon is just east of Portland, so I'm another Portlander. I've heard a lot of story songs tonight, and I'm going to do a story song also. I wrote it about 6 years ago, and it's about this guitar, D28, serial number 343167. I had a lot of guitars before this guitar, and a lot of guitars after it, but this one seems to be in the back of the truck with me whenever I'm on the road. So it's been a long time, and this is to her. It's called Play on Old Guitar. San Francisco, 1975, May 2nd, I recall. At Satterley in Chapin, I saw you hanging on the wall. I took you down and tuned you up, all clean and shiny new. I didn't know in 40 years I'd still be playing you.
You've always played your part as I struggled hard with mine. Your clear, strong tone held up my own, and together we did fine. And through the years when we were young, you always told it true. If I played it bad or way too sad, I apologize to you. Across the years we've come, and we've had each other's backs. The miles show up in your yellowing top, and 100 hairline cracks. And the mirror doesn't lie. It's not hard for me to see. I'm not a young man anymore. There ain't much in front of me. You just play on old guitar long after I am gone. You've sang your part so sweet and good while I struggled with my songs. And when our time has passed, you'll still be playing strong, with a fret job and strong young hands to carry you along. So let's just play one more train song and one more Beatles tune. Just one more round of Amazing Grace or another paper moon. A capo at the second fret, so the action will be just right. It'll be real sweet in the key of C before we say good night. You just play on old guitar long after I am gone. You've sang your part so sweet and good while I struggled with my songs. And when our time has passed, you'll still be playing strong, with a neck reset and strong young hands to carry you along. An old friend, he once sang a song about how all things must pass away. I'll let you know when I gotta go, and I'll send you on your way. 'Cause a good guitar goes on, and when her player dies, she'll miss a beat, then gently weep and thumb another ride. You play for me, you gently weep, then thumb another ride.
Love that pick.
Very nice.
I can't think of a better song to close out the evening with. Thank you. That was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Wow, Jim, that
Hey,
that got
Pete.
me misty-eyed.
You know, it's a little embarrassing playing a love song to your guitar, but I just looked down at this thing and I realized I'm 72 now, and I was 28 when I bought it, and two different people really,
Wow.
and it's still here,
Yeah.
and I'm still here, but
Well,
I'm not
that's-
going to be forever, and so somebody's going to get this thing, and they better take good care of it.
Well, you taught it well. and are there any other guitars that are waiting in their cases, going, "Hey, sing a song about me"?
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a few guitars in my stable here, but this is the one that I keep going back to. It was my first really nice guitar, and I've worked on it a lot. In the neck, it's just got a real fast action, and it's really nice. It has had its neck reset, so it's definitely going to last longer than I am now. So.
Well, you have a lot of music to make on that yet to come. So.
Oh yeah.
And I feel the same way about my D28. So, but
Yeah.
it's much younger than that. But and you took up ukulele and other instruments that you play, right?
Yeah, I play the ukulele and the banjo.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You played that, I think, a few weeks or months or so back.
You bet. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wonderful. That was anyway.
I
That was
appreciate
a great song. Do you have that song recorded?
This song, yes, it's on my YouTube page. Several different versions. There's a live version at the what is it? Oh gosh, what's that town in Eastern Washington? Help me out with this. Anyway, yes, there are several versions on YouTube about this.
Okay, good. That just
Of this
love,
song.
yeah, just love the way your voice and your guitar playing just.
Thank you.
And I think I told you before that you just have a knack for that just that marriage of those tonalities.
Well, I've been playing for 60 years, so
Yeah,
it's at some point something has to show, right?
it does happen. It does happen. I found that too. Actually, the question I had, that I was thinking for you, and it just feels so mundane, but what is your definition of success?
My definition of success is staying out of other people's way and not leaving a bummer in your wake, having enough to eat at night, and sleeping well.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for sharing, and what a way to cap the evening. And we thank you so much, Jim. And
You betcha.
Hear you.
Yes, Jim, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's been watching us on YouTube. I hope you have enjoyed the evening. And of course, an even bigger thank you to our performers tonight. Thank you, Mokai. Thank you, Jim, Max, Jules, Larry, Melody, Wendell, Larry again, Alice, and of course, Dave. It was such a pleasure to hear you all sing and perform tonight. We're so glad you joined us. For everyone watching at home, please remember to check out the website. That's openmicamerica.com for all the links to all of their different SoundClouds or YouTubes or whatever they have. We'll be coming back with you every other week for now as this show continues to grow. Because we are Open Mic America, remember to check out your local open mics, just like the North Carolina Songwriters Co-op. There's so many that would love to have your support. We have a lot listed on the website under the local open mics tab. We welcome all of you watching to come be a part of this because we are not planning on stopping anytime soon. So we'll see you all for the next performance, which is going to be on June 6th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay tuned for the full lineup. We will, of course, post it on our website. That is openmicamerica.com. Thank you all so much, and we'll wave out YouTube as we close out the live stream. Thanks for coming, everyone. We'll see you next time.